Hello viewers, my name is Canvas and welcome back to FNAF 6, where I'm trying to get every single ending. I'm still looking for the bankruptcy ending, which is the first one that I'm trying to get. But actually, since yesterday, I watched a video and there's a different strategy that makes it a bit easier, where you just restart night 1 over and over again, trying to get the lawsuit immediately. There's like a 1 in a 10 chance. So ideally out of 10 tries you're supposed to be able to get it. We'll see, hopefully I can remember how to actually do this. You have to buy a couple of items. And you have to get through night 1, but there is like a close to 0 chance that any animatronics would get in.
Now let's get started. On your left are your product catalogs. You can unlock
Okay, so you need to buy one of the stages.
by simply purchasing items for your
Yeah, this one, Mr. Hawks.
Use the arrows in the bottom right of the item
Where is
window
he?
to browse the products for each catalog.
There, and then the ball pit.
When you're finished shopping,
Like these are the only
click
two
the button labeled
items with
Blueprint
any
mode
liability
to place your items.
on night 1.
You can switch back and forth between catalog mode and blueprint mode
And you
as
just
often
place
as you
him.
like before opening your doors to the public.
Place this.
When you're ready to open your
Finished. And you get through the night. So there's
restaurant
tiny
is now
chance that
officially open.
somebody gets
That
in,
doesn't
but
mean your job is finished, however. You have a lot of work to do while patrons
oh, that
eat their
restarts.
pizza in the other room.
Never mind.
From your terminal, you have supplies to buy.
Okay, that's good to know.
print, and repairs to make. Once you've taken care of all the items on your to-do list, you can log off for the day and get out of there. Money for supplies and repairs comes out of petty cash, so don't worry about it coming out of your pocket. We've got you covered. The only money you have to worry about is if you choose to upgrade any of the equipment in your office. Now, onto other matters. Something to be aware of is that the ventilation system and your terminal are pretty loud and may prevent you from hearing things in adjoining air vents. That won't be a problem if there is nothing in the vents. However, if you feel that something might be in the vents, you have a few tools at your disposal to protect yourself. You can shut off your terminal and the ventilation system at any time to decrease the amount of attention you are drawing to yourself. Also, shining your light directly into a vent will most likely prevent anything from jumping out. You also have 3 tools available from the terminal itself. There is a motion detector, an audio decoy, and a secondary ventilation unit. Keep in mind, however, that you can only have one of these active at any given time. Now get to it. Simply log off when you've completed your tasks for the day, and you can go get some coffee.
Okay, so I'm not doing it in the exact right order, which is the most efficient, but so be it. No vent noises were heard for the whole stream yesterday. I still couldn't hear anything today. But like night 1, I have a bit of liability, so there's a tiny risk that somebody gets in, but we should be fine. I was trying to get the ultimate strat for dealing with the knights, but it was a bit confusing, to be honest, how the AI works, because there's a lot to take into consideration. So I'm not sure if I have it nailed down, but hopefully for the earlier nights it shouldn't really be a problem. Okay, can I do this without turning on the ventilation? I think it's possible. Barely. Yes.
Great job. It looks like you're getting the hang of this. Now,
congratulations.
Okay, so I'm still not interested in this part of the game.
However, your job isn't over just yet. There is another aspect to your end-of-day routine.
Yes, throw this guy back and see if we get any lawsuits.
you want them all to be in one place.
Okay, not a whole lot of money, that's actually quite good. Okay, we might have a chance to get it immediately. Please be severe. Oh yes, we got the biggest one.
You gave it your best shot. You went all in. You put all your eggs into one basket and did the unthinkable. You ran out of cash. While we encourage entrepreneurs to follow their dreams, we also recognize a lost cause when we see one. There are no do-overs, and we trust that you know your way out. But before you go, take this certificate of bankruptcy. Now do everyone a favor and get lost.
Okay, so that actually closed the game. That's fun, I guess. That was not to be expected. When it starts from absolute zero, okay, well, I couldn't actually... What do you mean? Oh, okay. If I designed the pizza in a certain way, I could have had a bit more money to start off the week, but the next ending I'm trying to get is the one that requires you to not do anything at all, and that includes buying stuff. So it's no use to me. Yesterday I couldn't show this, because there was a menu before you get into this minigame part, but it's so weirdly programmed that if you're trying to get to a different tab, you cannot use your mouse at all, because you're not meant to in the game at this point, and it's like confusing the system. So I couldn't show this. So luckily I can now. Not like you would be missing much, but still just for clarity. So that's not good, because if you throw a pizza at him, then he stops. So we can use that to our advantage. So obviously I want you to stop at the bottom. And then it's gonna be difficult to get that kid down there. Maybe if you are stuck at the top. Like so. I think we got this done. He's going to have some problems, but that's okay. It's part of the plan. I'm getting all the points. But so yeah, I didn't expect to get the first ending this early. The next one is going to be also incredibly easy, although it will take some time. Do I have to listen to this now? Oh yeah, I have to start it myself.
Begin tape. Leaving Dead Space. 3, 2, 1. The purpose of this tape is to test automated response times and reactions from vintage interactive attractions following audio stimuli. If you are playing this tape, that means that not only have you been checking outside at the end of every shift, as you were instructed to do, but also that you have found something that meets the criteria of your special obligations under paragraph 4. Follow these instructions, document response times, then safely secure the space before leaving. Upon sealing the room, you are not to return. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1. Document results.
Unsure, I don't know what I'm doing.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1. Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1. Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3,
2, 1.
Spooky. Okay, we have seen that. So, mediocrity. What is the word? Mediocrity? something like that ending is coming up.
Let's see how much cash you had left over after purchasing your franchise package. Great. That should be more than enough.
Hello, welcome
Now
to the
let's
stream.
get started. On your left are your product
Incredible
catalogs.
gameplay is about
You
to
can
commence.
unlock more expensive catalogs
So I need
by simply
this
purchasing
station, yes.
items for your pizzeria.
Exactly as much as I have.
Use the arrows in the bottom
It's
right of the
automatically
item.
placed.
Your restaurant is now officially open. Awesome. That doesn't mean your job is finished, however. You have a lot of work to do while patrons eat their pizza in the other room. From your terminal, you have supplies to buy, papers to print, and repairs to make. Once you've taken care of all the items on your to-do list, you can log off for the day and get out of there. Money for supplies and repairs comes out of petty cash, so don't worry about it coming out of your pocket. We've got you covered. The only money you have to worry about is if you choose to upgrade any of the equipment in your office. Now, onto other matters. Something to be aware of is that the ventilation system and your terminal are pretty loud and may prevent you from hearing things in adjoining air vents. That won't be a problem if there is nothing in the vents. However, if you feel that something might be in the vents, you have a few tools at your disposal to protect yourself. You can shut off your terminal and the ventilation system at any time to decrease the amount of attention you are drawing to yourself. Also, shining your light directly into a vent will most likely prevent anything from jumping out. You also have 3 tools available from the terminal itself. There is a motion detector, an audio decoy, and a secondary ventilation unit. Keep in mind, however, that you can only have one of these active at any given time. Now get to it. Simply log off when you've completed your tasks for the day, and you can go get some coffee.
Okay, so thank you for all the info. I think I got this. So for this ending, you need to have 0 Faz rating. I think that's the name of it. So that means buying, well, you can buy some stuff. I bought the sanitization station. I think that's the word. So I don't have liability, so there is no risk at all that any animatronics get into the building, which is nice because in this part it means I cannot die, like it's physically impossible. I guess if I turn the ventilation off for some reason and I waited long enough, I could burn. I'm not sure why would I do that, but it's a possibility. So we're just about to finish the first night and we have 6 of these, so it's gonna be rough.
Great job. It looks like you're getting the hang of this.
Okay, we have seen that part.
Congratulations on completing your first day.
Thank you.
However, your job isn't over just yet. There is another aspect to your...
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
Okay, let's see. Did I earn anything? Actually, I did. Without doing anything, that's interesting. Yeah, lawsuits should also be impossible. Okay, so we are not dealing with this part of the game. We are just doing this. Okay, so I think it's the first time that I'm acting like somewhat of a professional, and on my trusty old laptop I have the, what is it? I'm not sure what it's called. The streaming manager. I'm not sure what's the name of YouTube. And on that, on the preview, the image, well, the video quality is not the best. It's quite blurry. I'm not sure if that's trustworthy information because the laptop is not the best. It would be worrying if it actually looked like that. It did look like that at the start, like in previous streams, but I found different OBS settings, especially the encoder. And with that, it was much better. And I'm pretty sure that since yesterday, when I think it was looking pretty good, I didn't touch it. I didn't change anything. So it should look the same. So I'm not sure if it's my laptop messing with me, or if somehow something reset. Yeah, I didn't even record. Not just didn't stream, I didn't even record anything since last night. So it should look the same. In the manager it doesn't. But that doesn't mean a whole lot. And I did actually want to change it and test a setting that provides better quality, but maybe could be too much for the encoder. I forgot that. I'm not going to restart the stream. I will do that tomorrow. But there are a lot of settings still that I have to try, because I think it's far from perfect. And just the encoders, there is like 10 of them. I did private streams to test it with, I think, all of them, although I'm not sure. But I will certainly hold, I think, this weekend, a massive test. It's all going to be private. You won't be able to see it. It's going to take several hours, I think. I will try like different encoders, bitrate, and all kinds of combinations to see what's the best that both the internet and YouTube and the encoder can take. So there's a lot to go through. I already went through a lot in the last 1.5 months, and I thought that I had it figured out. Apparently I don't, because it could look considerably better. Like just recently when I tested my most recent changes, it did look noticeably better.
Found in the back alley. We are unsure of its origins. It is your job to complete the maintenance checklist.
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
Of course, of course. Okay, 3 less visitors. Nobody returned. That's interesting. Well, I am not running a very convincing pizzeria, you could say that. Okay, nothing else. Just this. Is this what a 9-to-5 job feels like and looks like? This is kind of how I imagine it. Well, in some places, in most places, you have to actually work and challenge your mind to an extent, which is not being done here, which is like in character for someone running a ready fast bear location. I would say that these locations are actually not real, but there are a lot of places IRL with similar morals, let's say. So for some people this is actually realistic. Maybe not the timing of it, that it takes like 2 minutes per day, but for some people it could actually be that the timing is also realistic. And I will be interested to see after the bankruptcy ending, because it's apparently deleting your save file, but if it does, then the next time you open it, how do you have the certificate on the main menu? It was always bugging me, and I still didn't figure it out, because as it started a new game, it didn't throw me into that menu, so I couldn't see it. So after finishing this and looking at the next one after this one, which is going to be the insanity ending, that's when I will be able to actually test how it looks. But I'm pretty sure at least that is remaining. Like, otherwise it would be impossible, and I have seen proof. I saw screenshots of it actually happening, so that should be the case. Also, I'm losing my voice a bit. Sorry for that. I actually did record a voiceover for a video today, but it didn't take long actually. It was the shortest that I ever did. I think it was about 90 minutes, the session for the recording. In part because I think the end result, the video, is going to be also a record, a negative one, in terms of length. I think it's actually pretty good, but, or at least it will be decent, the video itself, in quality. But it's going to be probably the shortest one so far.
Before you is an animatronic found in the back alley. We are unsure of its origins. It is your job to complete the maintenance check.
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
So if I'm not mistaken, this was day 3. We are pulling similar numbers. And actually, I'm just realizing with the money I'm making, I think I could buy upgrades. Can I? Please tell me. I'm pretty sure it doesn't increase Fez rating. I could buy one. I bought the one that's the loudest. Although that was probably a bad idea because when it's loud, there is actually something happening at least. But I think that was the longest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So it's saving us a bit of time. We are already more than halfway through then. And then we get to the actual fun stuff. Although I didn't quite memorize the money farming in this game. I mean, there are like certain arcade cabinets to use. No, actually I didn't upgrade this one. I must have upgraded the one that's on the bottom. Because if I did, then it would make a different noise. Oh no, it was the one on the top. Well, each individual task in that category is taking a shorter time. But there's more of them, so the overall time gained, I'm not sure, could be higher. But I think at least for the last day I will be able to buy the upgrades for this category as well. So we're going to speed it up even more. It's actually always fun. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm not... Okay, it's quite sensitive. I try to point the mouse at the very interesting threadbare head showing on the left. Because like, why would you do that? It's also interesting, like, okay, having the rock stars there at this painting. Also just realized that the clown, you cannot point at it, the clown from Help Wanted is also there. Which is a whole can of worms in itself. But yeah, I can see the rock stars being shown by kids. Lefty is also questionable, like, would you put him on the stage? I would say no, but I think he's canonically supposed to be in the vents all the time that he's here. Although you can, in the simulation section, put him on stage, technically. I'm not sure how canon that is. But Fredbear, like, where would you get the design from? Like, I mean, Fredbear did exist canonically at some point, but how would kids in 2020 or something know about him?
Before you is an animatronic found in the back alley. We are unsure of its origins. It is your job to complete the maintenance.
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
Hopefully my Fez rating is actually 0. I'm pretty sure that at the top right, once you get in the pizzeria, you can see it. Let's see. For a moment I was scared. But that's the money. I cannot actually see the Fez rating. Okay, so is this day 5 or 4? I think it's already 5. Yeah, for the last one I will be able to buy the one further upgrade. So we will get through that even quicker. But yeah, going back to the drawings, actually, it could be... But I'm not sure who would show Lefty. Is it Harry? Because like, I'm Michael Afton sitting here. But I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be aware of the animatronics coming in, or at least not the specific ones and what they look like. So I'm pretty sure that I'm not supposed to know what Lefty looks like. Neither do the kids. So that leaves us with the man who designed and built the guy, Henry Emily. So is he showing them? Actually, that's... I'm theory crafting live. I'm not sure what that would mean. Probably nothing, but just knowing that Henry's drew these, it would be quite funny. Yeah, like I see no realistic explanation, especially because they are here on day 1. And I'm pretty sure this is actually not nighttime gameplay as people say it, because it's technically like nights in other games. But you can very quietly hear ambience of the pizzeria being functional with guests and stuff, which would happen during the day. So on the first day, literally before we have the first customer ever, that showing is there on the wall. So it's impossible that they drew them, any of them. And also Henry would be familiar with Fredbear as well. So yeah, I mean, case closed. Like at this point, he's literally the only person who could have possibly shown this. Can you personal best on the visitors? Was there no salvage? Interesting. Okay, equipment. We can get that one as well. Huh. Yeah, because there are 4 animatronics to salvage. You have 6 knights, let's say. And it's after the knights that you can gather them. So yeah, it makes sense that after the 6th one, the game is ending, so there's no salvage 6. And there's no salvage 5. I thought that you get a second chance on someone. But apparently you don't, so you have to do them, well, once. Like first try. Just realizing that you don't actually have to beat the minigame to get them to be inside. But then you are losing out on money for no reason. I'm already thinking about the later endings on how to gather them in the most efficient way. I will have to survive at least one night with all of them being here, which is going to be a bit difficult. But it's nothing crazy. Okay, we're on to the last few in a second. Yeah, and after this 3, the second ending out of, what is it, 6, is going to be unlocked. And then we can get to the actual meat of the game. And who's doing this? Who's working here? I guess there are like actual people working here. Apart from me, I'm just the manager. Well, on paper, franchise owner. So I'm not supposed to be doing any of these, but doing this with a PC is quite interesting. But anyway, let's see.
Congratulations! You've completed a full week on the job, and you've done it in such a lackluster way that no one is proud or disappointed. It's a fine line to walk, but you did it, completing your job with such an efficient level of laziness that we're surprised you're able to dress yourself in the morning. While such a minimalist work ethic is rare, it doesn't mean that we want you back. In fact, it means you should look for employment elsewhere. But before you go, take this certificate of mediocrity. You should be proud. You stood on 2 feet and convinced someone that you could do something, when in fact you couldn't. Now get out.
AO. The exact number I wanted. There we go. We have 2 out of 6. I cannot move my mouse. 2 out of 6 certificates. We are making progress. So obviously new game. And then we are going for insanity.
Let's see how much cash you had left over after purchasing your franchise package. Great, that should be more than enough. Now let's get started. On your left are your product catalogs. You can unlock more expensive catalogs by simply purchasing items for your pizzeria. Use the arrows in the bottom right of the item window to browse the products for each catalog. When you're finished shopping, click the button labeled Blueprint Mode to place your items. You can switch back and forth between Catalog Mode and Blueprint Mode as often as you like before opening your doors to the public. When you're ready to open your restaurant for business for the day, click the button labeled Finished in Blueprint Mode. Give it a try and do some shopping.
Okay, so all we need is money. So we don't need any animatronics, no liability, so we are buying this stuff. We had $20 left over. Are we buying anything from here? So we're trying to get Midnight Motorist. Wait, can I buy the... Huh. So I cannot buy either of these, which is sad. I think if I bought one less animatronic, I still would have gotten the $100 that I needed. And I also would have been able to buy a minigame. So I think we messed up a little bit here, but that's fine. Okay, so no liability.
Your restaurant is now officially open. Awesome. That doesn't mean your job...
So no liability, we'll keep that, nobody's getting inside, no lawsuits, great. We have to buy the Egg Baby, I think Egg Baby data archive. We don't even have to place it down, we just have to buy it, finish whatever day we are on at that moment, and then come back here and do something with the PC. So I need a tiny amount of money now to buy the Midnight Motorist arcade cabinet. I will gather that well just with the customers. So when I start the next day, it's going to be on my account. So I will do that. I think the one you need is actually... Well, there are multiple ways to approach this. The Lemonade Crown or the Fruit Punch Crown is the one with the highest amount of potential revenue. But it's difficult to get. And even if you get it, it takes probably a very long time. So second best would be the basketball game. That takes much shorter. And it's a bit easier, but it's also difficult. But I learned just a trick before going live. I will do that to help me a tiny bit, but I will still have to be good at it actually, which is unfortunate. And then we can save a lot if the data archive will be on sale at any point. I think it's in the third catalog out of 4, so the task is going to be to get there as soon as possible to unlock that. And for that I have to spend 1,000. I already spent over 100. So we're getting there. And I spend 170 on Midnight Motorist unless it's on sale, obviously. So yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. I'm not sure how many days it will take. We are certainly not possible on the second one, I assume. Although, technically, I think it's possible actually. I will probably not get it, especially because I wasted pretty much the whole first day.
It looks like you're getting the hang of this.
Congratulations on completing your first day. However, your job isn't over just yet. There is another aspect to your end-of-day routine.
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
Okay, I should earn about 200. Yes. Okay, so Midnight Motorist it is. It would help if it was on sale, but it's not. So do I need another floor plan? I'm not sure actually. Okay, it's gonna be loud. Yesterday the game itself, when I listened back to it, was pretty quiet, so I increased the volume a bit. in certain parts like this minigame, I think it's going to be still fairly loud. And yesterday, almost every single time, I was doing this with one clash. Can I do a perfect run? Not now apparently, but I will have several other tries to get this done. That was a risky save, but it was worth it. Yeah, I mean, using the opposite lane is good because threading the needle between two cars directly next to each other is actually quite difficult, at least for me. Then yeah, in some cases like that, it's outright impossible. So what am I getting? I think it's in the third catalog. I will quickly go through the second one. I'm pretty sure they're like... should I buy this? Two mid-size. That's not really that appealing for me. I think there's no need to buy that even if it's on sale. Should I add a coin slot? Actually, let's upgrade. Add coin slot to this, so that was an investment, both of them. I'm not sure if they count towards the $1,000 spent. I think that only applies in the catalog mode of the game, which would be unfortunate because I just spent hundreds away from that, but it's not terrible. Also, is William Afton a good driver? I'm going to believe he is. Like, I imagine him to be... I don't know, like... I'm not saying toxic masculinity necessarily, but traditional, which would imply in the US in the like 80s and stuff, that he's supposed to be good with cars, according to the stereotypes at least. And I think it's quite stereotypical in some ways, so he could be good. But he's doing incredible speeds in this minigame, so it would make sense that he knows what he's doing to an extent. You can imagine the car he's having. Like, well, okay, you can see it in the later that night section, the shape of the car. And it's like a sedan or something. But we are in the 80s. We are doing 200 with what I assume is a road car. And the first one, the first production road car to do so was in the late 80s, the Ferrari F40. But the shape does not line up. Not with this, because obviously this is not to be used as a reference. But the later that night section shows something completely different. So it's impossible that he can reach 200 with a production car. At least stock. So I assume he modified whatever car he's having. So I have to spend 1,000. What am I spending it on? I don't know, that's pretty expensive. What was on sale again? Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. I don't know, I'm just buying stuff. I'm not sure if it actually matters. Wait, I should buy these guys. Right? But that could help me. Yeah, probably I will try to buy those animatronics next. Yeah, because having a whole set, I cannot place them down now. I need the third catalog for that as well, to be able to afford a stage that can fit 4 animatronics. But once I do that, that was incredible. This is the run. Also, it's worth noting that whenever you start a new lap day, the ones that you can already see in the next lap are despawning and it's spawning other ones. You get a bit of a grace period because it's quite clean on the start of the next lap. To this be the run. I believe in the gym. I had to work for that one, but we got it. It's not a round number. I'm still a bit confused on how it's actually measured. Okay, I can buy 2 of those guys. Unavailable. We cannot get them before I have the stage. Huh. Well, then I guess I will buy this. And so I can put them 2 of them. And now I'm actually allowed to buy them. Okay. So what do we need? Yeah, this stage wood slab. Yeah, this is the next target. To be able to afford this so we can make even more money. And then whatever I'm trying to buy is in the next catalog. For that I need to spend 3,000 over also a further 2,000. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's the amount of time spent in the game. That's what I assume, that because the speed goes up, then you start earning points, which I think is just tied to the amount of time you spend at that speed. So actually the longer it takes to complete, the more you get. I mean, my starting position is locked in. So the only thing I can do in order to get the most amount of time out of this is to be as far to the left as possible when I cross the finish line. So I try to do that. Obviously that will imply that I'm not crashing into anything, which is obviously not certain. I forgot to do that actually. Yeah, and I got a tiny bit less points than last time. So I need to play this one more time. So now I can actually go for the maximizing run. I don't think going left and right matters. Yeah, I don't think in the speed or in the point system it matters at all. Okay, so 2 times in a row I managed to get that was tight. I knew that they would respawn when I crossed the finish line, but one of them had the back of them like on the line. But yeah, I crashed it. There was a gap I could have went for, well, a bit below, but I didn't want to thread the needle actually, and I wanted to be safe and go to the top with more space, but yeah, the lack of confidence was killing me there. Okay, last lap of this, at least on this round. I'm going to interesting places. So now the money printing machine is all ready. Okay, let's see. cannot speak. I'm fully locked in. What? I missed like one. Okay, so the trick is to hold it immediately, and then you get one for free. Yeah, I missed two. I missed three. Okay, this is not the run. I can afford a bit of testing. I'm not sure if I need the biggest floor plan. Oh boy. Yeah, 400, not great. I was really not sure when it starts, but I messed it up. I mean, from that point on, to be fair, from muscle memory, it's not that difficult, but nailing the start is. Okay, I think I missed one cycle. So it's possible.
We're going to have so much fun together.
I could hear someone subscribe. I did not see who that was, but thank you. Wait, I think I actually have a method of looking at that. The gays have subscribed. Well, a warm welcome to all the gays of the world. I'm only waiting for the lesbians now. That's gonna be fun. So am I buying anything? Do I have the money for the... I cannot buy the bigger floor plan. I'm not sure if that's necessary at all. Interesting. The stage for 4 animatronics is available, but this one is not. So I guess I need to, because I can only fit in this one for 4 of them, but this one for 1 is too much. Then I will have to buy that. However, to find out that I'm thinking about it, I could have and should have accepted the sponsorship deals. Because obviously it's a pain in the ass if you're actually trying to survive here. But on this run there will be no animatronics to kill me, so there are no real downsides to it. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity. From now on I will always buy it, or I mean accept it. Okay, I'm not sure how much the stuff that I want costs. I need to spend 3,000 to unlock the latest catalog. And I'm like almost 2,000 over half the way there. So I don't need to spend that much now. And I'm thinking from the Trash and the Gang, how many animatronics are there? Do I need the extra stage for the 5th animatronic, or is there only 4 of them? I think there is 5, so unfortunately I probably need that. But during the day section, yeah, first you have to earn money, and then with playtesting the minigames, and from then on you can think about how to actually spend whatever you have. I didn't manage to get the basketball game done, but I was getting there. If from 5 tries I'm not getting it, I'm buying the Fruit Punch Clown, the MVP of this game. Yesterday that also didn't work very well, but I feel like it's a bit more, I don't know, I don't even want to say easier than the basketball hoops, but I'm so much calmer when I'm doing that. Like, it's better for my physical and mental health to do that actually, but that's not earning me money, at least not that much. Such a messed up looking star on Rockstar Freddy's chest. That's like incredibly bad. Even for a kid, like, get your stuff together.
Before you is an animatronic found in the back alley. We are unsure of its origins. It is your job to complete the maintenance checklist before...
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
Okay, yeah, we also have this one. I should earn like a decent amount. Like maybe 500. Way more than that, actually. Yeah, 700. Okay, that's quite good. So even before I'm thinking about spending. Okay, so yeah, there was no downside to doing that. I think I'm upgrading first. Where did it go? Okay, that's such a messed up placement. It's time to lock in. I am not locked in, apparently. There we go. Nice. Actually, I have enough to unlock that catalog, so I'm not doing what I was... What? Why would you be unavailable? Because I don't have this one yet? Yeah, I guess so. So how much money do I actually need? 6,000, okay. Okay, let's remove you guys. And place the actually important part of the gang. Also, this is a good time to test the achievements in the main menu if they disappear with a new game. Because back in the day they did for Xbox. So what we're trying to do now is gather all these guys, I think. So I can buy 2 of them quite easily. I think they are in this catalog. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they are. Is anyone on sale? Maybe. Actually, yeah. I mean, with that, we have a decent amount of liability. Can I counter that with any amount of health and safety? I'm not sure how much more stuff there is that would give me that rating, but I want to check. Yeah, probably nothing. Yeah, not here. Okay, anything at all? Oh yes, I should have bought that one earlier. So liability is not an issue. I mean, to be fair, I want Orville. Yeah, I need further $3,000. Then I can buy Orville, get 10,000, I believe. Or is it 10,000 for having a set? I mean, to be fair, if I'm having 4,000 for him, I'm pretty sure I'm getting at least 5,000, so it's worth buying him instead of saving any further. Okay, it might be possible on this day to get this. I was conservative at the start. Ooh, that was so messed up. I'm pretty sure... I was certain that some of them didn't go in, but apparently they did. And how much am I getting from that 500? That's rough. One second, I was waiting on the first one a bit, but I shouldn't. I should really learn the timing. So the first one, yeah, I think I missed. Yeah, there's, I certainly did. Oh, I was impatient. And I earned no money at all this time. Okay, this time it was a bit quicker. Okay, there's potential for 22, but I delivered just what I had to. So we need 2000. I should do this like 4 times. Ooh, that was bad. I waited and failed. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is not the run. Yeah, I made many mistakes this time. I was trying to be sweaty about it and do it as soon as possible, so on the left edge of the green part, but I'm not good enough for that, so I gave up. Okay, so now I should actually get all of them done. I'm so ready to punch something. I managed to get to 19 and then failed the last one 3 times in a row. Okay, there's a chance. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's not possible anymore on this day. Yeah, it's not, but yeah, by the next morning, or like the start of next day, it's certainly in our hands. That was like a split second away from perfection. Or not perfection, but at least getting the 20 that we needed. A good start, actually. Oh, yes. Okay, no liability. We can finish this. Get through the tasks. We will get an advert at some point. I'm not sure when. I didn't even bother to check before playing of how the advertisements work because I was so sure that I will never actually get them, but well, I will not get them whenever it actually matters. This time it's completely fine. Nobody cares. But yeah, I'm already thinking about what to do next. After the insanity ending, I jumped on the gun a bit there, but that's okay. Nice. Okay, that set our progress back quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure you can only get it once per night. Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking about which ending to go for next. Blacklisted or completion, these are like the 2 options that we have. I know when on Xbox I completed this like 2 years ago. I went for blacklisted first. but with that I accidentally completed the completion ending first. Because the animatronics got in, because I had so much risk, but I didn't get enough, so I just got the completion ending. But I'm pretty sure if you actually know what you're doing, that's not going to happen, because if you go for blacklisted, you are not supposed to actually place anything down. Like, you are gathering all the risky items, but you're only placing it down before the last night. So on the last night, you will have everyone inside, but for 5 nights, I said the thing, for 5 nights you can actually play without anyone. I'm not sure how much money you need, if it's like money dependent, the blacklisted ending. Probably to an extent. Yeah, but it doesn't interfere the endings with your like many gathering minigames. You can do that as much as you like. It doesn't affect any. Well, it does a little bit actually, because for the get the lore keeper, which I'm planning on getting with the completion, like the lore keeper certificate with the completion ending all together. For that you need a specific set of minigames to play, and one of them is really expensive. So that's gonna be a bit more complicated to achieve.
Before you is an animatronic found in the back alley. We are unsure of its origins. It is your job to complete the maintenance checklist.
Okay, I don't care about you.
Don't
I
forget
care about the
Saturday.
money I'm getting.
You want them all to be in one place.
It's going to be a decent payday. I don't know if that's enough. I think it is. Yes, so we can buy Orwell. Or just go for this straight away. That's it. You don't even have to place it down, I'm pretty sure. So the button on the PC should be blue, and it is. So am I just holding it? And I think you actually have to turn the PC off. Wait a bit. Or you don't. Okay, I'm trying to press it. Or are you not physically pressing the button? Are you? I'm holding the button Z. But wait, what are you doing? I'm confused now. I'm back to holding it while the PC is on. But I'm pretty sure that at some point during the process you have to turn it off actually. I thought that I did something. So back to holding it. This is such a simple requirement that I actually don't know how to do it. I don't think it should take this long. No, I'm pretty sure you have to press it. The way I remember it is I think you have to wait until the button becomes blue on its own while it's off. So let's wait a bit here without jumping on the gun. But I cannot remember it taking this long. At least you can bump the nose. That's something. Okay, let me look this up. I think I can safely close the game. Okay, I know how to get blacklisted. What? Okay, so turn it on while holding it?
It's only now that I understand the depth of the depravity of this creature, this monster that I unwillingly helped to create. As if what he had already done wasn't enough. He found a new way to desecrate, to humiliate, to destroy. As if the suffering wasn't enough, the loss of innocence, the loss of everything to so many people. Small souls trapped in prisons of my making, now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought imaginable. He lured them all back to a familiar place, back with familiar tricks. He brought them all together. Are they still aware? I hope not. It keeps me awake at night. I could make myself sleep, but not yet. Not until I undo what he has done and heal this wound. A wound first inflicted on me, but then one that I let bleed out to cause all of this. He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was, but he led them there again. He overpowered them again. And he robbed them of the only thing that they had again. I don't know how those tiny breaths of life came to inhabit those machines, but they will never find rest now, not like this. I have to call them all back, all of them, together in one place.
Congratulations! You went somewhere you weren't supposed to go, saw something you weren't supposed to see, and prevented a tidy resolution to a messy problem. Needless to say, you're fired. But before you go, take this certificate of insanity. We're giving it to you to ensure that no one believes you, and to ensure that we can promptly replace you without incident. There is a truck waiting for you outside. Take care.
Nice, and we also have a Fez rating. Okay, so we have 3 certificates out of 6. We have one of the, I think it's called achievements in-game, but that's a bit confusing name. Yeah, I'm not sure about the achievements if upon starting a new game they remain there. Well, the next one I'm going for is, I think, blacklisted. I think it's tiny bit easier. No, I will think about that because if you go for blacklisted, well, no. Because if you reach the maximum liability to get that ending, that's also when you have 100% chance of every single animatronic moving in. So if you fail and not do the maximum amount, there also could be a chance that not all of them get in, so you can get the completion ending either. But I also want to get the Lord Keeper stuff during the way. I don't know. Well, to be fair, I think I will get back to this tomorrow. And I think about the strategies even more. So I really want to know what I'm doing and not just mess around. And yeah, I think it was decent progress getting few of the endings. Although, obviously they were the easier half and the quicker half, but still it's something. I didn't manage to achieve this in an hour yesterday. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will be back tomorrow. But until then, goodbye.